So that was one of those games that felt as though neither team should have lost it. How do you reflect on it?
Well, I think when you get beat with 3 minutes to go from probably their second chance in the game, it probably shows how well the team played. I thought that, you know, we worked obviously a specific plan for today, and I thought that worked. They're a very, very good side who try to play football from the back. It's a different type of football, and you know they do overload teams, and most teams that play against them obviously go and sit off. But I thought we were very brave tonight in the way that we went about it. But the key thing tonight is it came down to you know, missing chances. But the biggest, you know, you look at Joe Ostler's header from 6 yards out. I'd put money on Joe scoring that. I think Jason Pryor's had one from 7 yards out. You expect it to hit the back of the net, but the biggest talking point of the game is going to be, you know, the penalty that's not given. And we've seen the video now, and we've seen the picture. We've seen the picture of the penalty incident, and it's as we all suspected at the time, and the whole ground thought it's a nailed-on penalty. So that's a massive moment in the game, because we knew it would be a tight game. We knew there wouldn't be many goals in the game. But listen, I've been in football long enough to know you get your highs and you get your lows, and I've got to say I thought it was a, you know, credit to National League football. I thought both teams looked energetic. They put everything into it. Our lads are flat out in there. I suspect Ebbsfleet are as well. But there's plenty of times that we've gone away from home and scored in that last 2 or 3 minutes, and it's a great feeling. Reality is, how I look at it, is probably it looked like it was going to be 0-0. I think no one wanted a point, but we'd accepted a point. So what have we lost tonight? Probably 1 point.
In that first half, I mean, Ebbsfleet piled on the pressure at the start, but the Hawks managed to turn it around.
Yeah, like I said, they're a good side, and that first 15 minutes, you know, was quite vital that we stayed in the game. And I don't remember them creating. I don't remember Ross making a save or them creating chances, but they had a lot of the ball. I thought from the 15th minute onwards, we dominated the first half against the wind, and I felt, you know, in the main, we probably dominated the second half as well. In terms of, if you look at the areas of the pitch where the ball was, it was mainly in their half. They're always dangerous on the counter. They're always dangerous in terms of they've got the ability to open you up. But apart from Dominic Polian, you know, when he's cut inside and just put it wide of the post, you know, I don't remember them actually creating a chance up until, well, I think it was a miss. It was a good cross, but slight deflection that looked dangerous. That was about it. And then so we've gone up the other end, and the corner count today, what was it, 16 corners to their probably 3, and they've scored from their 1. And that's the biggest disappointment. You know, we've now conceded 4 goals from corners. You know, we won, or that was a free kick, but it's the same. You know, we won the header, dropped to Bingham, and you know, he's a good striker, and it was a good finish.
Long season, he's still in a really good position. How do you react and bounce back to this one?
Yeah, I just said to the players in there that we watched, you know, to analyse this game tonight, we watched the Hemel-Ebbsfleet game, and I thought that Hemel were as good a side as I've seen this season. I thought that they gave a real template to other teams of how to play against Ebbsfleet, because too many teams in this league have just sat off them and let them just do what they want. And I think if you do that, they're good enough that they'll create the eventual 4 or 5 chances. So Hemel, I think Eastbourne did it as well. You know, they've shown how to compete against this team. But at the moment, you know, they've had an unbelievable start, and you've got to give them huge amounts of credit. I think that's, 13 wins, 2 draws. You know, that's incredible start. But Wealdstone had a really good start in the first year that I was here, and we caught them up, and without COVID we'd have overtaken them. So nothing's done in November, nothing's done after 15 games. That's a third of the season today. We've got to be very, very mindful now that we've got to be right for Saturday, because I think we expended a huge amount of effort there, physically and mentally, and it hurts. You know, that's why we're in sport. You're in sport to win, and you're in sport to lose. And unless you suffer the disappointments of defeats, then you don't experience the joy of that last second goal that we got against Bath. So take it on the chin, you know, man up about it, and come back stronger. And you know, we've got 31 games to go. This club, budget-wise, should be in the top 6, top 7, and it will be. We're trying to get Jason Pryor and Danny Wright fit as well by playing games, which isn't ideal. We're playing one of our best midfielders at centre-half, because we haven't got another centre-half in the club. So as I said, credit to the players, because we've done it without Joe Nembrandt, we've done it without Tommy Wright, we've done it without Danny Pryor, we've done it without Jason Pryor, and it hurts. You know, when you we haven't got 26, 28 full-time pros like Ebbsfleet have got. You know, we got 14. And in respect to the other 4 that we've got, they're all young lads, they're young kids. And I would give special praise actually to one of our kids, which is Ethan Burnett tonight. I thought Ethan Burnett has learnt more in the last 3 weeks than he has in his whole football career. And that's being looked after by the likes of us and telling him what's needed for this level. He's outstanding tonight, and you've got to be a blind man if you can't see what that kid's got and what he's going to potentially be. So yeah, overall, these big games come down to big moments. The big moment was the penalty. The other big moment was them scoring with 3 minutes to go, and really us not, our big players, unfortunately, and that we're talking about the front 4 now, not quite doing well enough on the night.
And just finally, good crowd here for a Wednesday night, and then we'll be here again on Saturday.
But we should get better crowds. I think that tonight's a night that a lot of locals would have come out. People that probably don't normally come to our games would have come to. But I think this football club and the work that's being done for the community and everything else off of it, I've got to be honest, we've been disappointed with the crowds. So if we're serving up the type of football that we're playing at the moment, we deserve better, in my opinion, for the crowds we're getting. And that's what in the end will define us as a football club. I'm going to go off on one now. But ultimately, the National South is a fantastic league for this football club. It is. And that's not being negative. It's accepting sometimes what you are. We're not backed by, a Middle East, party. We're not. We've got a very good chairman who keeps everything, rightly so, to a limit. And we've stuck within that limit. We weren't able to go and bring 2 centre-halves in the last 3 weeks. We haven't been able to go and bring in 2 midfielders in. So you've got to accept sometimes your place of where you are in life. As I said, Ebbsfleet for me, been brilliant the last 2 years. Deserved to go up probably last year, but they didn't. And this year they will go up, in my opinion. But proud of the effort that we've put in. Just lacked that final little bit of quality at the end.
Lovely. Cheers, Dos.
Right, mate.